Okay, so here we are with Albert. Albert's from Auckland, New Zealand, and he's a member of the Drop Servicing Blueprint. So far in the last 6 months, he's made $35,000 in his business. And he's going to tell us a bit about his story, inspire us, and maybe talk us through that process where you actually, jumped into the blueprint itself. What was it like going through that?
Well, initially, because I've already built the website, I've already spent the money, doing my research and everything. I initially thought that I could bypass everything. When you first join the course, you have to wait until the weeks are unlocked because, if you get everything all at once, I think a lot of people would not be able to, they would just give up because you actually need to follow all of the steps in each of the weeks. But because, I already had everything, I thought, okay, I just need the secret, which is that week 6 or 7, I believe, the back door to Dylan's business. So I got that, but I was quite overwhelmed because there's a shit ton of content. And I ended up implementing a lot of the knowledge that was actually in the first few weeks, actually. And I thought that I didn't need that because I thought I already had everything under control. But Dylan put a lot of effort into the course, and there's a lot of things that I obviously missed, and I didn't even think about all these little tactics and all these little strategies and mindsets and belief systems that really, really helped me. So the course was very, very in depth, and it keeps on being added with new material. But what I really found very useful was because there's so much content, I would sometimes forget a lot of things, and I'd be able to ask that on the forums. And Dylan, he's always there to actually to comment and answer on the questions. And you do your live streams religiously. So it was much more information that I would have ever guessed from a course. This course is so in depth, and there's so much information. I've had 35,000 in the last 6 months. So and that's only implementing a few strategies that were in the course. But of course, there's advertising and there's many, many other ways that I could be tweaking things and finding clients and closing them. I was just overwhelmed because there's so much information. And because I found what works for me, I kind of ignored everything else. And I just focused on what was working for me, the strategies that were working for me. And I became very myopic until it didn't work anymore. And then I went back to the course and all the files that are in the course. And then, and I'd be implementing the steps that are in the course, as well as asking you questions.
Cool, yeah. And I guess maybe talk us through that process of, why did you want to start a business and why did you choose drop servicing?
Well, I just wanted to be a digital nomad. I thought it's really cool that you can have a laptop business and you can work whenever you want, wherever you want to. I thought the drop servicing business model is just superior to a lot of these other business models because the upfront cost is not actually that much at all, if any. And also, you're not actually making a loss if you're very smart about it because the profit margins can be very, very high and the capital costs are very, very low compared to like brick and mortar or something. It's a superior business model, but you need to spend a lot of time to actually go through the steps that Dylan is actually, holding you by the hand to actually do it. And that's a thing that's the reason why it took a very long time for me to reach that 10K, because all the steps are actually there in the course, but I was just too lazy and I was procrastinating. And that is one thing. And also don't be scared to reinvest back into the business and spend money on the business. And it is a risk, but without actually you spending money, you think that, this really doesn't work. But no, it's actually because you haven't actually spent that money to be able to, scale the business up properly so that you can actually reap the rewards. But you can do it very, very cheaply. But I'm just saying that if you really want to save some time, don't be afraid to actually invest in the business. Compared to any other business model or real physical brick and mortar business, this business is really, it's very, very inexpensive. Thank you so much for the course. I'm sure, you've changed a lot of people's lives, and you've certainly changed my life with your course, with your dedication, your hard work, and your smarts.
Yeah, appreciate that, Albert. That's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to create the best course and help you guys achieve those goals as well. And thanks so much again for the interview and everything you do in the group. Keep it up, and we'll do another one soon. Thanks everyone for watching, and talk to you soon.